Hi everyone. In today's video, we'll dive into the normalizer transformation in Informatica IDMC. Normalizer transformation is an active transformation used to convert rows into columns or columns into rows. So it is used to convert rows into columns or columns into rows, right? So it's commonly applied in scenarios where you have denormalized data, like repeated data for different time periods or attributes, and we wanted to restructure it. So in that case, we actually use this normalizer transformation. So if we have the denormalized data and we wanted to restructure it. So that's the use case where we actually use the normalizer transformation, right? So why we need to restructure it? So for better processing, right? So with the denormalized data, we can't actually process the data. So for better processing, we actually need to restructure the data or normalize the data. And for that, we use the normalizer transformation. So we will walk through a real-time example to understand its practical application. So let's get started. Imagine you have a source file with employee salaries for multiple months in a denormalized format like this. So employee ID, employee name, and each month salary in a separate column, right? So this we can consider it as a denormalized format because each column salary is same. So we do have salaries. So each month salary is has been present in a one column, right? So we consider this as a denormalized data. And our goal here is to normalize this data so that each month's salary appears in a separate row. So that is what we wanted to achieve. For example, so this is what our source will be, right? And what we wanted to achieve. So we wanted to achieve this, like each month's salary should appear in a separate row like this. So this is what we wanted to achieve. See, it had Jan, Feb, March in separate columns, right? So we wanted that in a separate row like this. So we wanted to achieve this. So I hope it is clear on like what's the source and what's the target. So we are going to convert columns into rows, denormalized data into normalized data. So how do we do that? We use normalizer transformation for that. So first log into IDMC, select the data integration service, create new mapping and configure the source. Our source will be the flat file, which is present on my secure agent machine. So I'm going to select that file. Employee salary is my file. So you can see here, this was the source file, right? You can even preview the data optionally. Yeah, we got the data here, right? So now you can check the fields as well. So we got the fields, right? Now we'll add the normalizer transformation and we'll see how to normalize this data. We have all these incoming fields. So you see normalized fields here, right? So here, how do we normalize it is, so we wanted to convert columns into rows, right? So first we'll create a new field. We'll name it something like this, right? I'll call it as salary. And you can optionally select the type as well. Salary is a number, right? So you can select the number as well. And now here you need to observe occurs. How many times it occurs? So if you see in the source, it occurs 3 times, right? So that is what we need to provide here in the occurs field, right? 3 times we wanted to, it needs to occur. And if you observe, once we actually provide the occurs value, so we got 2 fields, new fields created automatically. So what are these fields is, GCID is generated column ID. So this is generated for each field that is going to be generated. And generated key, GK underscore salary. So this is generated for each row. GCID is for column, each field, right? So, and here you can actually choose whether you wanted this generated key or not. So generated key actually is generated from 1 and is incremented by 1 for each processed row. So this is used to track the number of rows in the target, and GCID is actually for column, like salary, right? So we wanted three. Why do we have given the occurs as 3? So it's a multiple occurring field, salary, in the source, and we wanted it as a row in the target. So we give the occurs value as 3. And for each of these occurrence, so a GC ID will be created. So that's the meaning of this generated keys. So once we are done with this, right? So we also say, for example, we wanted to include incoming fields as well into the target. So you can select it here like this. Employee ID and employee name. We are interested in even have written this into the target. So you can even include this as well. And now you can map the fields here. So how do you map it? First, you can choose smart map. So it choose smart map actually maps employee and employee name correctly. Now, how do we actually choose this? So if you see here, January salary. So if you see here, the normalized fields, incoming fields, we know. So these are the fields coming from the incoming, the source, right? Normalized fields is what we configured. Like how did we configure? So salary underscore 1, salary underscore 2, salary underscore 3. This we haven't given, but we give the name as new field name as salary and occurs as 3. So it will automatically create 3 fields with this format, salary underscore a number, right? Incremented by 1 each time. So 3 fields. Now we can easily map them like this. So this is what we need to do in the normalized fields. Now, how do we actually get this output of month? So say for example, this month, right? Salary, yeah, we got it. We have split it into 3 different rows. But how do we get this month here? Jan, Feb, March. This is a text, right? So how do we get it? So in that case, what we can do is we can add an expression transformation here. And in this expression transformation, what we are going to do is, so if you see here, what did I say? GCID is a generated column ID. Generated column ID for salary, right? So each salary occurrence will have this ID. So like 1, 2, 3, like that. So as it has 3, right? 3 occurrences. So we'll use this to generate month column. So how do we do that? In the expression transformation, so you can see these columns, right? So what we'll do is we'll add a new column. What we wanted a month column, right? So we'll add month, maybe precision will take it as 20, and then we'll configure the expression. So what the expression says is, so if my GCID for salary is equal to 1, right? So what we wanted to write in the month has to be Jan. So that is what we can write it here like this. And if GCID salary equal to 2, say for example, if it is 2, then we wanted the month to be February. We wanted to call that month as a February, right? And if the salary is 3, then we wanted to call that month as March, right? So if none of them satisfies the condition, then we'll just have a default condition null, right? So this is how we need to write the expression. Why we are doing this? Salary, we actually mapped it with a normalized field, but we wanted, so, and this is optional, only if you want this month column in the target. Say for example, if you can understand like, or if you don't need this column, so you can just remove this. So you'll only get employee ID, employee name and salary with the normalized field. Why we are actually creating the expression is if you wanted to create this month column, right? So how we are generating that month column here is based on the generated column ID on the salary field, right? So this is what it is. Yeah, we validated. And so this is the new field name, right? So that we'll get it in the target. Now let's see the target. So you can see month column. So this is coming from expression transformation. All the others are coming from the normalizer transformation. All right. So this we wanted to write it into the target. So in the target, if you already have the file created with the fields, then you can map those fields. Or else if you don't have that, you can just choose the new target. I wanted to write this into a flat file, new flat file target. So here we can create something like this, employee salaries normalized, right? Something like that. It will be a CSV file. So employee salaries normalized, right? So, and then, so that will be a new file to be created at runtime, right? So we can even check here, right? Like you don't have this file here, so we wanted to create it new at runtime. All right. So we'll click on OK, and then target fields and field mapping, we can't do it as it will be a new target. If you want to have it as a field, or if you wanted to create a new file, and if you wanted to write the data of only some of the fields, you can do so. For now, I'm writing all the columns. We wanted to check this GCID, GK salary, how it is generated, right? All right, now let's actually validate this mapping. Yeah, it says the mapping is valid. Save it, and then we'll run it. So make sure the runtime environment is correctly chosen. So choose the secure agent here, your secure agent, and that has to be up and running. In my case, it is up and running. So I'll just go ahead with run. And you can track the job status in my jobs. So we had 3 rows in the source, and we wanted to convert them into all the columns into rows. So it will be like 3 into 3. We need to get 9 rows in the target. The job is running. It takes a few seconds. Yeah, it is done. Rows processed it 9. So click on the job, and you can see source rows is 3 and target success rows is 9, right? So let's see now the file. So here it is generated, employee salaries normalized. So the output has to have the 9 records, right? Yeah, you can see it here now, right? So employee ID, employee name, and salary of each employee in a separate row, right? And also you can see the month, which we configured in an expression transformation, right? So this is what we wanted to achieve, right? So we achieved it. And you can even see the GC ID of the salary. So this is the base, right? So 1, 2, 3, because each salary we had it as one field, right? So that we control with occurs field. And this is how it assigned the GC ID, right? 1, 2, 3, like this. So for each salary, it actually applied one ID, GC ID, right? So this is what we mean by GC ID. 1, 2, 3 for each row in the source. And using this, we actually generated the month in expression transformation. And GK salary is optional. So it is used to track the number of rows in the target. So you can see it started with 1 and 9, ends with 9, right? So this is how we can actually use normalizer transformation to convert. So in this example, we converted columns into rows, right? So we can use normalizer transformation to actually convert the denormalized data into normalized data, so that we can use this data, this format, right? So it's easier to analyze monthly salary trends and generate salary reports in this case. So that's it for today's video on normalizer transformation. So I hope this example helped you understand how to use it effectively. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or suggestions for future topics. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.